Hi, so this is Mr. Martin. We're going to look today at how to upload your files into your Moodle page. As you can see here, I'm already logged into my Moodle page and I've got the editing turned off. First thing you need to do is make sure you turn the editing on. Once you turn the editing on, the entire page will shift and you'll start to see a lot of different options of what you can do with each page. In order to add a file, I'm going to assume that we already have the file saved on our computer. You just need to find which day of the week you're going to add that in. So I'm going to scroll all the way to the end here to May 25th to 31st, and I'm going to add an activity or resource. Now when you click on that, we have a couple different options and all these different things. There's multiple ways. I'm going to try to show as many as I can. The first is to go here and we're going to add a file. It brings up the ideas of what you're going to do. You click add and it'll show you these ideas. So we're going to name what the file is. So I'm just going to give it a general name, worksheet, and a description. Again, this is just so that for demonstration purposes. Then in order to get to this point, as you can see, it says you can drag and drop files here to add them. You can also click on this arrow and it will help you to choose a file that you have saved somewhere in your computer. As you do that, it will bring up your list. You'll just need to find where the document is that you'd like to add. So I'm going to find my chemistry resource of a worksheet of PES 140 and it will say this is the worksheet that we want to add. If you want to change the name of it, you can change the name that it gets saved in. And it'll change how it gets saved, and you click upload this file. It'll do a little bit of thinking and it will show you that it is uploaded. Again, once we get here, it's there, but it's not there yet. We want to change the appearance. I mentioned this in a previous video. Automatic typically works. Open is what I tend to use. Open will open it in either PDF format or as a PDF within the Internet Explorer or Google Chrome or Firefox, Mozilla, whatever it is you happen to be using. I choose open most of the time, but you can also use automatic. Embed and force download, I haven't used those personally because they aren't as user-friendly, and in a pop-up is not a good idea because many students have pop-up blockers on their computers. But automatic or open are the two best things to use. Once you do that, you can click on save and return to course or save and display. I'm going to go to the course. It will take you to that worksheet. We called it worksheet. When we click on it, you'll see that it opens it up as the PDF file right here in Google Chrome. The kids have the pages that they can scroll through. This one was 7 pages long, and print that out. That was one option. There's another option of how we can add something. So as you can see, it says add an activity or resource. We're going to add a file. And this time instead, as you can see, we're still going to give our name, part 2. Again, the description doesn't really matter. No one really sees that unless they're really looking for it. Since we can drag and drop here, I'm going to try to drag and drop. I'm going to open this, get to my documents, find a file here. I want a PDF file. Again, remember, PDF files are the ones that are going to be the best to add in. They're the easiest for students to open and use as a resource. So I'm going to click and I'm just going to drag it into that box. See how it pops up move. That's where I want it to go. It will add that in. Takes a while to think, especially since this was a large file. And it will be there without having to go through the choose a file, select all the things that we did in that previous portion. Once that gets done going through the green line, you'll see it there. Again, the appearance, automatic or open, and save and return. This time, as we see part 2, when I click on it, again it opens. They're embedded within the Google Chrome page that I have open. We're going to go back to the page again. And then one other way that we can do this is a newer change that they made just a few weeks ago or a few years ago, is that you don't even have to click on add an activity or resource. You can literally drag and drop onto the page. So I'm going to take a file. I want a PDF file. Let's go to a different place. Let's go to I don't have any other PDFs anywhere because I don't have my flash drive plugged in. I apologize for that. Again, we'll just show right here using the same thing we did before, the PES 140. If I just click and drag and release, it will add it immediately in there with the name, with everything. it would always be a good idea to go check the settings by going Edit Settings. Now that we did that, we will need to have a description. If you don't do it that way, if you just do the drag and drop, you won't need to add a description. I just wanted to check on the appearance. It was set for automatic. Automatic is fine. And we save and return to the course. And there it is again. So what we've done is we've added all 3 of those different worksheets in 3 different ways of adding an activity or resource. I hope this was helpful.